So much stuff to see and unbox. Oh, hey guys, check it out. We have quite a few things unboxed. First off, we have the new Joy-Con controllers, the purple and green ones. I just got them today, so this is pretty cool. And we'll be able to see what they look like. I even have my Switch 2 here for that, but that's not all. We also have this cool battery for PlayStation 5 controllers, which for certain long gaming sessions is going to be pretty cool. Look here, it's like 12-hour plus. And we also have, check this out, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the trilogy from Arrow Entertainment in 4K. It's huge too. I have no clue what's all in here. We'll get to that. And then we have, get this, both Pee Wee's Playhouse and Pee Wee's Big Adventure. One of them is a Criterion collection, and the other is just the complete series from Shout Factory. Now, I grew up watching this show when it was on TV until the event that took it off the air. I'm going to say that. And, Pee Wee's Big Adventure is just a great film, no matter what. I think we're going to start with the controller and stuff because that's the first thing I showed, but I do want to also show this off too because we'll be comparing it as well. Pardon me. I also have an earlier version of Pee Wee's Big Adventure right here and my collection of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, which I believe will still have to stay in because I think that's just the 4K movies. Okay, so let's get to our controllers, Joy-Cons, and stuff. Now, I'm unaware if this particular collection comes in either left or right, but it's not that big of a deal. And this is also good because I'd already been considering buying another set of Joy-Cons anyways to have like, a rotating set of three. I actually have the ones that came with the Switch, another set I had bought originally as backups, and I actually, from time to time, will switch them out, like with an entire week to try to avoid drift. So there's that. That is a good strategy if you can afford it, unfortunately. And some people, they can't. I'm lucky that I can get this, but I know a lot of other people who can't. All right. And we're going to have our first look in a second. What it looks like on the inside. You can see right here and right over here are the bumper straps. Let's pull those out real quick. It's pretty cool. So they're in this plastic and they're actually sealed. Okay. Oh, it was actually open on the side. Okay. So here's the green one, as you can see here, design. You can also see through it has these. In fact, you can actually see the light coming through and stuff. And then on the bottom, you have the, of course, little bumper stuff. And see here, it says minus and stuff. Cool. And if I'm right, yeah, there we go. I didn't even need to do that. And here's the purple one. It's coming across kind of a little different looking like on the camera. Sorry. Actually looks very different in real life, but that's fine. All right. Now let's get to the big boys themselves. We're going to do our green one first. I love this though. Let's check this out. In like a little pocket design, pulling it out, and there you go. There's our first one. That's our right. It's actually pretty nice. Feels good too. So that's really good. And now we have the purple one again. Really nice design. Love it. Pretty cool. And of course, see, look, it goes in like that, and then just locks on, and then of course, you just like so. And of course, if you want to get it off, the same switch to unlock them just does that. All right, so here they are. Pretty nice. This is turning out to be a different color on the camera, so I'm sorry about that. All right. And then we have, of course, my Switch 2. So, in fact, we're going to compare them real quick. All right. So, first off, we have our left. Here's the original. Here's the new one. Pretty nice design. All right. And our first one that goes on. And then we have our red and green. Pretty cool. And when you think about it, also, I can mix and match the colors too, which is kind of cool. And then there we go. I now have a Switch with different colors and actually really cool looking when you think about it. So that's pretty cool. And again, another set of Joy-Cons as backup, which is really cool. That's just too cool. All right. Next up, we have, of course, the charger. This wasn't that expensive. And if it can actually, when I do like really long term play sessions for some of the games I do, this is good. So this is actually really cool. You just plug it into the top of your PlayStation 5 DualSense, and as you see here, it's designed to be as small as it can be. I love the fact of how the box is. And the box is actually, I don't know if you can hear that. I think I have noise canceling on this camera, but it's really cool. All right, here's what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to pull it out. Oh, nice. Okay, don't see any. Huh. Okay. Our charging cable. Here's our remote information. But here it is. Got this big battery pack in the back. Here's our C-type that goes into the top. And then look on top, you also have controls, little lights, and a C-type thing for control, for charging. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to plug this in to one of my other C-types so I can charge this up and then test it out. That's actually pretty cool. And this right here, the thing it fits in is it's like a styrofoam. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty high quality. All right. And I did show off Turtle first, I think. So let's get to that. Here it is in the box. Arrow Entertainment, Warner Brothers, New Line Cinema. There's a lot of content there. All right. So here we go. Again, it just seems to show this is going to be nothing but the 4K setup, so that makes sense. All right. It wasn't super cheap, but it also wasn't super expensive. And here's what it looks like with everything. I can hear something in there. All right. And then we pull that off. Oh, that's really cool. Look, all the movies are in their individual point. They're a little thicker than I thought. We also have a booklet right here. Oh, and check this out. On the back, we have from The Secret of the Ooze, the actual ooze container and stuff. And you can also make out the turtle shell and stuff. That's pretty cool. All right. We pull that out. And we have, whoa. Okay. We actually have a lot of stuff. Okay, check this out. I didn't see this. Oh, this is cool. Movie poster. Oh, big one too. But it also has this, which is from the third movie. See how they're in samurai gear and stuff? It's pretty cool. I forgot that. Like, it actually says, "Hey, dude, this is no cartoon." And then green, green, and on the screen everywhere. That's really cool. I wasn't expecting that. And then we have this. So that's definitely from Turtles 2 right there. Yep. See, Ninja Rap is better. Okay, this is cool. Looks like it's mostly done for Turtles too, but oh, okay, cool. We actually have stuff for Turtles 1. The posters. There's Secret of the Ooze. And you have the third one. The Turtles are back in time. Look here. The third movie. It's really cool. Turtle Recall. Oh, that's right. Jim Henson actually worked on the original suits and animatronics that they use. As you can see right there, there he is featured in and stuff. Remember, these movies are kind of iconic too for the time and everything that went into them and stuff. That's pretty cool. All right. Ooh. It actually looks like we have what's left of some of the costumes. Some of the stuff's not doing well. There's also some early sculpture. That's pretty cool. It's a shame. It's a shame though that some of the gear is actually not that good a shape, but it makes sense, you know. So you can see some of the performers and stuff. It's pretty cool. That's really cool. All right, let's get a look at the movies. We'll start first with three since it's right here. A little different, but pretty cool. All right. Tells us what contents are on the back. That's the other thing. These some of these movies are not known for being very how shall I say this? Kind of major. Ooh, there's a lot in here actually. Okay, so first off, we have the disc. Like I said, it's just going to be 4Ks. So I still have to keep my Blu-ray editions, but we also have this. Oh, this is cool. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. We're getting more posters. Okay, so first off, we have this version for free, but then when we turn it around, look, we actually have the original movie poster. Okay, that's just too cool. It just folds back up. I'm going to put it back in here, but we also have something else too. I don't know if we're going to find these in the other ones, but we actually have, check this out. We have these cards, and they do look like they're, oh, they are. They're slightly holographic. So we have Casey Jones and April O'Neil. That's pretty cool. All right. That's actually really cool. All right. Next one is The Secret of the Ooze. Pretty cool. And we got more. We got a lot more actually. There's our poster and stuff. Our disc. I do think it's cool that we're actually getting full posters. Vanilla ice and stuff, and then of course, I think it's pretty cool. Well, like I said, we actually have cards here too. Okay, so the first thing we have is check it out the piece of thing and stuff in the. That's actually pretty cool. And then we have Master Splinter and Shredder featured cards. And look, you can actually see. Sorry, Splinter putting the TGRI canister back together. It's pretty cool. And here's our first movie. And yeah, we've got. Whoa, we got a lot. Okay. First off, we have check this out. We have these stickers with all four of the turtles. They're actual stickers. That's pretty cool. And if I'm not mistaken, we have four cards in here. We have Wrath. There's Leo. There's Michelangelo. And there's Donatello. And these are actually in Tecla. These are really that's cool. And then we have okay, now it makes sense why. So there's a thing here for stuff from Arrow Video, and then a thing for Evil Dead Rises. I never thought I would see Evil Dead Rise out of a turtle. But there's no poster in here, but I think I know why, because remember, we have this with the cool background. And I think that's because this is the bigger one. It's actually bigger than anything else, so that's pretty cool. All right. Now we get to the Pee Wee Herman stuff. I think I'm going to start with the movie because this is part of the Criterion collection. You can even see directed by and director approved by Tim Burton and stuff. You see a lot of the characters there. Like, for example, there's Large Mar, there's Pee Wee, there's his bike, the dinosaur stuff, Tim Burton and stuff. It's pretty cool. Now, Criterion films are also notorious for not having anything really on back, but they do have interesting designs and so forth. And this is also a complete Blu-ray and 4K setup, so that's pretty cool. All right. And wasn't super expensive, but it was definitely worthwhile because I've this movie's fun. I think the only Pee Wee Herman thing I need to get now is Pee Wee's Big Top, which is the second movie. All right, so here it is out of the plastic. Pretty nice. Really cool. All right, we're opening her up. And cool. There's our two discs. The 4K's on top, the Blu-ray's underneath it, and then we've got and there's actual whole things underneath. And this makes sense. Okay, so yeah, another thing with Criterion, they actually have these really involved, you know, like information and other booklets that are also inside. That's a lot, actually. You can pause and try to get all that information, special features. The Alamo. Basically, like follows the whole movie, including right there. See, look, the end. He was big adventure and stuff. So this is actually really cool. This is definitely going to be something. Oh, oh, now that's smart. Also, take a look at the discs. There's a famous sequence in the movie where he's like dancing to the song Tequila. And they actually, because look, those are the tequila shoes. So that's really cool with the discs. That's another nice little touch. That's actually really cool. All right. And then we have, sorry, Pee Wee's Playhouse. And as you can see here, even though this is Blu ray, this is a big collection. These are like 30-minute episodes, so you can store quite a bit and stuff. And the only thing I really regret is that the actor who plays Pee Wee has unfortunately passed away. He's not with us anymore. Um, and it wasn't just Pee Wee that he was famous for. He also did a lot of other films. If you've ever seen the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he was one of the vampires, including the one who was famous for getting his arm taken off. He did the voice of Max in Flight of the Navigator. That's why you hear so much Pee Wee Herman voice at a certain point. He's also been in more recent stuff like, believe it or not, The Blacklist. So he gets around. So he got around. He was impressive. And the cool thing is, this is also done by Shout Factory. They're really good at restoring stuff and doing these other things. So with that being said, let's get in. Plus, I kind of need to check. I think I'm hearing the disc waddle around. And this is cool. I've been wanting to see this for a while. Sorry if it's taking so long. It's just, there's even though I didn't want to do a lot, there's a lot here. And yeah, I can hear something. So as you can see there, and look there, right there. Hopefully I can. Yeah, that's right. I wish it could just focus a little easier. Yeah, right there. See, that's Morpheus as a cowboy from Matrix. That's right. All right, we open it up. There we go. Damn. Okay, disk is fine. All right, I'm moving my first disk so we can get an idea. Because see, look here. We have disk two, and as you can see, there's stuff behind that. There's a lot in there. Really cool. Oh, that's cool. Seasons one, two, disc two. And as you can see here, here's some of the character. His wall clock that looks like the United States, basically. His chair. There's one of the puppet characters, like right there. There's the pterodactyl one. There were a lot of characters in this. It was a great show. What? I was afraid of that. He even had his own computer, and look there. His like robot character that was part uh, stereo system. Like I said, there's a lot of great characters here. Flowers, the globe. There's a lot here. It's really cool. Let's see what's underneath our dancing flowers. Oh, check it out. There's Pee Wee on his scooter. Almost predicting things because now a lot of people drive around on scooters. I've even thinking about getting one myself. So that's pretty cool. All right. That is really worth it. Although I'll have to keep an eye on the discs. It does sound like they don't want to stay in. Well, guys, that's the video for now. I hope you enjoyed. Also, I'll tell you how these Joy Cons are holding up, but I can tell you that that's a different look right there for my Switch 2. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake and a couple of other games. I've been really happy with what I've seen coming and stuff. And there's a few other games I'd like to get some, some hope on. But right now, one of them, the new Dark Pictures game, it's still not available for pre-order at GameStop. Um, I'm probably going to put money down so I can get Fallout Anniversary Edition early as a digital game and then buy the physical copy later. Just really enjoyed my Switch 2. It's been just wonderful. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and I'll see what else I can do. Bye.